The smart TV from LG actually connects 2/3 of the time within 2 weeks of a retail purchase. So basically all the smart TVs that we sell, they get home and they get connected 2/3 of the time just within the first 2 weeks. And then after that, it ramps up because people are discovering connectivity, within, after that purchase as well. So our 2012 TVs are connecting at a really high rate.
Give us a little bit of a kind of overview on connectivity and performance.
Sure. So, one of the best uses for a smart TV is to stream video. So if you're streaming, say, an HD video, you probably are going to want somewhere in the neighborhood of between 4 and 8 megabits per second. And that's dedicated. So a lot of times, there are users, they might have multiple devices in the home connecting to the internet at the same time. So you do want to have a good internet connection. There's no question about it. But I think the threshold for delivery of video is lower than people think. You can get a SD stream with 2 megabits per second without a problem. So if you want to get up to the 1080p, or if you want to do the really high-end, high quality video streaming, you do want to have a internet connection that's between 5 and 10 megabits per second. You do want to try to get as high as you can. Of course, some companies like Verizon Fios, offer 30 megabits per second, so those customers can stream anything that we can provide, 3D 1080p.
Yeah, so let's talk about 3D. I hear 3D is coming to IPTV.
Yes, we're actually very proud to be able to offer some 3D content in the TV itself. And we can stream in 3D now, and we actually provide an application called 3D Zone, which is going to be streaming 3D, or is streaming 3D movies and videos right now.
What sort of content in 3D will you guys be serving, or are you serving? And as a follow-up, what about games?
Yep, so we are going to be licensing 3D content from a major studio, which is going to launch next month. So in July, so that's going to be coming very soon. And then in games, we are also launching next month some 3D games from some game providers and game engines. So the 3 game engines that we're launching next month are Unity Game Engine, Marmalade, and also Gaikai. Gaikai is very impressive just because it does it does gaming with the cloud. So the processing happens in the cloud and the gameplay is happening on the TV. So it's very exciting because you can get some very compelling games when you put that processing in the Gaikai cloud.
Let me ask you about navigation and apps, how that might shake out as more publishers create apps for your TV set.
Yeah, well, the smart TV is expanding in terms of the number of apps, right? But it's certainly not taking the same path as a mobile device, right? A mobile device has to cover multiple scenarios, outside the home, inside the home, on the go, stationary. It has a lot of things that it needs to serve for a user. The TV is the ultimate smart device inside the living room or inside the home. So we can focus a lot more on media. We don't have to worry about things like GPS or mobility type apps. So there's fewer apps in a smart TV than there is in a mobile device. And I think that can be helpful for people who are creating apps specifically for a living room environment, because you're not going to be competing with as many applications as on the smart TV as you would on a mobile device.
And let me ask you this about smaller publishers who want to be on the LG platform, and I know you work with Brightcove. So how does that work in terms of what I would say long-tail, mid-tail publishers getting onto your platform?
So, specific to the work that we've done with Brightcove, we have created a reference application with Brightcove, and Brightcove has created that for us to provide to publishers to simplify their technical process of getting onto the TV. The reference app gets them a great head start in terms of getting their content onto the TV, and then they can take it the rest of the way with customizing per their brand guidelines and their goals. So I think that offering that up to the content owners and the publishers is definitely one of the things that LG is passionate about, to help them break through and get onto our system with a minimum amount of effort.
What's happening in terms of advertising getting onto the platform?
Yeah, so we launched our ad network with YuMe, and so now we can provide that option to app developers so that they can monetize their application with in-application ads, video ads or banner ads, display ads. And also, next month we are going to be launching in-app billing. So now app developers and content publishers, they can provide multiple ways to monetize their application, whether it's with advertising options or even with transactions inside their application. We're helping with both those ways to monetize.
I'm often on my couch in front of my big screen TV that's turned off, and I'm watching it on here just because it's easier to, like, I'm all connected to Netflix or